Okay, okay.
はははは。これは驚きましたな。いやはや無理難題を簡単におっしゃられる。なるほど、それも高村家の血筋といったところですか。
あれとて無理は重々承知の上だろう。だからこそわざわざご足労願ったわけさ。対外交渉とその調整でお前さんに勝るものはこの
お褒めに預かり光栄ですが、それは中佐の買いかぶりです。私など外務省のお歴々に比べればとてもとても。
正規ルートの外交であれば確かにな。だが裏の仕事となれば情報省、特にお前さんの部署の独壇場だろうよ。
確かに。ですが先進機密技術の塊である試作兵器を国外に持ち出すとなると、さすがにおいそれというわけにはいきません。
I think I know whose voice this is.
ああ、その通りだ。市ヶ谷は当
Like, I
然の
know
こ
this
と、
character
霞
is
ヶ
in
関、
this
大
story
手
at
町は
some
絶
point.
対に許さないだろう。
I really hope this is whose voice I'm hearing.
でしょうな。
市ヶ谷までは何とか黙らせる自信はあるが、他はどうにもできない。だが、お前さんにはそれを何とかする手がある。そうだな。例の新兵器は、お前さんが横浜から持ち込んだ話だ
My
っ
guy's
たな。
stuck on yoroi.
しかも、その心臓部はブラックボックスのまま提供されている。おそらく量産化が叶った後もその状況は変わるまい。横浜の女狐はそんなに甘くないだろうよ。だとすればだ、横浜絡みの口実さえあれば連中を黙らせることができる。そして
やれやれ、仕方ありませんな。
やってくれるか。
はい。他ならぬ中佐の頼み事を無下にはできませんからね。中佐、差し支えなければ。
なんだ。
大の政治嫌いで有名なあなたがそこまでされる覚悟を決めた理由、ぜひ高村中尉の上心が理由というわけではないでしょう。いかに彼女が我が子同然とはいえ、あなたは公私混同するような方ではない。
XFJ 計画の成否は重要な分岐路だと俺は考えている。正面装備の選定にとどまらない大問題だ。
その心は。
ここで選択を誤れば帝国はますます国粋主義という自家中毒の袋小路に迷い込み、やがて滅びの運命をたどるだろう。
これは驚いた。近衛出身の陸軍高級将校とは思えないお言葉ですな。桑原桑原。
好きなように取ればいいさ。だがな、今のままでは民や将軍家だけではなく皇帝陛下にまで厄災が及ぶ。だからこそ国際共同開発の小さな成功を過去の呪縛を断つ最初の人たちにするのさ。結果それは国家100年の刑に大きく影響する。俺はそう信じて動いているんだ。
小さな成功とはまた随分と謙虚な物言いですな。かの計画で中佐が手に入れようとなさっているのはそのような小物ではないでしょう。
何？
さしずめそれが市ヶ谷への手土産というわけですか。なるほど、それなら十分お釣りが来る。
さすがだな。そこまで掴んでいるのか。だったらこれ以上の説明は不要だろう。俺の手札はもうない。
なるほど、中佐のお考えはよくわかりました。今のお話は聞かなかったことにしておきます。ご依頼の件はそれとは別に承りましたので。
また一つ借りができてしまったな。何はともあれよろしく頼む。
お任せください。
Hell yeah.
一つ確認ですが中佐、横浜を動かすとなるとかの麗しき女狐への供物が相当必要になりますが、その覚悟。
ああ、
それは結構では早速動き始めるとしましょう。
That vixen loves to make demands, and she definitely doesn't love taking no for an answer.
ああ、そうそう。こんなタイミングで言うのもなんですが、私も近々中佐にお願いに上がるかもしれない案件がありました。
断れないタイミングに言っておきながらしらじらしい。分かってるさ。借りはきっちり返す。何が望みだ？
相変わらずせっかちですな。 今はまだ可能性の話ですので。
なんだもったいぶりよって。まあいい。どうせろくな話じゃないんだろ。
いえいえ、それほど悪い話でも。ああ、そうだ。横浜への供物には最適かもしれませんね。
ほほほほ。Kamchatka. Alright, Russia.
すげえ存在感だな、あの山。
Yeah.
けど、これがペトロパブロフスク・カムチャツキー基地。極東ソビエト戦線の要衝と謳われる軍港ね。
Yeah. The scenery can only be described as bleak. The muddy seas, the smell of rotten decay brought in by the tides. The whole harbor is rusted over, abandoned warships rotting at the pier. What's up, guys? So, it just wouldn't be a classic IPlayVidya playthrough without technical difficulties. So at this point in the recording session, I had gotten up to take a break, as I usually do around the halfway point through my recording sessions, and in between the time I got up and came back, around 15 to 20 minutes, somehow, someway, my microphone had become disconnected and I was not aware of it. So about half an hour of footage is kind of useless now because there was no microphone audio. Luckily, not a whole lot happened. I can break down, what we learned pretty quickly. We got a quick history lesson on Russia in the betaverse here, and then Yui informs Yuya that he'll be using the railgun in his tests in Russia, and then she also shows him the railgun. But honestly, yeah, that's about it. That's about all you missed out on. So yeah, without further ado, let me cut back to when I learned that my microphone wasn't connected. Fuck me! Has my mic audio really not been recording this whole fucking time? Oh my fucking god. Why? Why would my microphone not be recording this whole time? Why on God's green earth would it ever fucking change what device my fucking microphone source was connected to? That's fucking lovely. Oh my god. I don't know why that would have ever happened. Fucking great. Yay. Oh well. Moving on, I guess.
しかし、なんつうか愛されてるね、ゆうやも。
だってさ、見てて微笑ましいからさ。あの不器用でまっすぐすぎるところとか。
そうね。天才っていうのはどこか偏っているものなんでしょうけど、だからなおのこと。彼を。
それについちゃみんなそう思ってることだろうよ。
After 4 days of simulator trials, I finally got the handle on the railgun and then some. For a massive piece of hardware, it's incredibly easy to handle. The fact that a weapon still in its prototype phase can be wielded without difficulty speaks volumes about Japanese craftsmanship. Real shame it wasn't made in the USA. Lieutenant Takamoto was formally in charge of testing it, although she was made to quit halfway. I wouldn't be caught dead saying this out loud, but that alone is enough for me to put my trust in the railgun. Perfectionists like her would discover and remedy all design flaws in the blink of an eye, no matter how trivial. This doesn't mean I've started to ease up on Japan, because I haven't, not in the slightest. But it's not petty enough to act like the hardware is a piece of junk when it's clearly not. Do I have complicated feelings about this? Sure do. But I'm a pragmatist. I'll welcome anything that puts my mind at ease ahead of the field test. What's this? Someone drop something? Wait. I'm sure this is Enia's teddy bear. Misha, was it? There's no way this teddy bear is one of a kind, but I haven't heard anything about families living on base. Oh crap. That's Enia's voice. So this is Misha. What the hell happened? Enia?
だよこいつ。チビのくせにすっげえ力だよ。こっちの姉ちゃんとは大違いだな。
ひんむいていつもの金網吊るしの刑にしちまう。
なら
8番ハンガーの前あたりがいいな。あそこの親父たちいつも上で。
What the fuck?
待てよ。親父どもに食わせるなら俺たちも。
What the fuck?
あんたも好きだね。
Inia! Stop this shit now! You assholes, what do you think you're doing? Inia, it's okay now. Huh? Son of a bitch, they're just kids, man. What the fuck? Hey, you okay? What did they do to you?
私は大丈夫だ。それより、いいにゃ。
I'm not afraid to punch some kids. Let's go. Like hell, you're fine. Hard ass like Klishka isn't easily brought to the verge of tears. What these little fuckers did to her, it was something big.
とにかく、大丈夫。大丈夫だよ。
Yeah, I get the situation now. Scarlet Twins had a run-in with these bastards. These pieces of shit tried to lay their hands on Inia. Krishka stepped in and was beaten black and blue for her troubles. What the fuck is going on? These guys are all Soviets. It's one thing to give foreigners like us a hard time. It's quite another to hurt someone on your same side this badly.
おいおい。てめえ、どこの正義の味
If
方
I
だよ。
have to be.
女の前だからってカッコつけると後悔するぜ兄ちゃん。
Who the hell are you people?
バカかお前。俺たちはエースだ。このウィングマークが見えねえのか
You
よ。
little bitch is what you is. What? No way. Now I've heard about this. The Eurasian continent is short on people, so the age of conscription keeps getting lower. Even girls get drafted these days. Jesus Christ, these little bastards are barely teenagers.
おいお前、仲間殴った分はきっちり肩をつけっかんな。
I'll fucking punch all of y'all.
そういやてめえの顔、港で見たっけな。アラスカでのんきにやってる腰抜けの一人か。
悪いね兄ちゃん。ここは安全な後方基地とはちょっと勝手が違うんだよ。叫んだって MP なんか来やしないよ。
連れに手出した方、きっちりつけさせてもらうぜ。
Surround me from all sides. That's a textbook TSF tactic if there was one. Can't afford to take it easy. I'm seriously outnumbered and these assholes are seething with rage. Thinking about them as kids would be misleading. These are pilots with actual combat experience. No pilot worth his salt would rush in without a plan. Attacking a visitor is an open breach of military regulations, but witnesses and all, it doesn't look like they give a damn. Dipshits must know a loophole or two that'll help them get away scot-free. Dealt with bullies doing this kind of shit every day when I was a kid. I'm more than familiar with their methods. It'd be suicidal to face them head on, but I don't see how I could run away with Krishka and Inia in shock. Best I could do is make an example out of one of them and hope the rest scatter.
貴様ら、何をやっている？
Huh?
この声っ
ターシャ。
てことは。
貴様らにお客さんと遊んでいる暇などないはずだが。
Lieutenant Colonel.
整列。
Right in the nick of time, I hope.
歓迎パーティーはお開きだ。貴様らは直ちに持ち場へ戻り、機体の整備。
What commanding presence. This woman is not your run-of-the-mill officer. The way she carries herself belies her ample track record on the front lines. Belies, not bellies. Thank you very much, Lieutenant Colonel. If it wasn't for you, I...
貴様ら、具をわきまえて行動しろ。
What?
いいな。
What? Know your place. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Is she implying what happened was our fault? Get out of here with that shit. Throw a bunch of kids into the front lines willy-nilly and you'll end up with a pack of feral animals. Anybody would have seen it coming. You want to tell us to know our place? Train your little shits to behave in public first, and maybe you'll have the moral authority to talk. Wait here just one second. Those kids weren't playing around. If the Lieutenant Colonel hadn't shown up, we could have been seriously injured. We don't even get an apology? It's acting like this whole kerfuffle was our fault. Oh god. You know.
やめておけブリッジズ。問題が大きく
Yeah,
な
you
る。
gotta listen to Krishka on this one. Well, that makes matters worse for them too. It's a risk I'm willing to take. Much easier to deal with a formal protest than a fucking steel pipe to the head.
ねえターシャ、あんたからも中佐にうまく謝っておいてよ。
余計なことをするなと言われていただろう。
だって
大丈夫だ。中佐はこんなことで本気で怒ったりはしない。
どんなにクズでも客は客だ。問題が起きると非難されるのはこっちだから。
くそ。
私からも中佐には言っておくけど、後でちゃんと自分の口で謝るのよ。ほら。
ああ。
Now that's something. Seems these little shits and that Lieutenant Colonel share more than a simple hierarchical relationship. Maybe she's a mother figure of sorts? Sure wouldn't be surprised. If I'm right, nothing I say to the Lieutenant Colonel will make a difference. In fact, we should consider ourselves lucky we got off this lightly. Life on the front lines is harsh and unforgiving. An environment where danger lurks around every corner and death is the order of the day. In such a place, tourists like us need to pay our dues before we're owed any respect. From where that officer stands, far from protesting, we should be saying, "Thank you, ma'am. May I have some more?" I'm back. Sorry for leaving you two by yourselves. How are your injuries?
私は大丈夫だけど。
心配ない。
You were in shock. Did they do anything that, well, you know?
何か何のことだ？
No. Just forget it. That aside, why didn't you fight back?
わからない。
You don't know?
彼らの敵意からイーニアを守らねばと思った瞬間に。
Well, I get why you froze up, but you shouldn't have let them have their way with you. Enya was in real danger, you know?
イーニア、ごめんなさい。
私は大丈夫だよ。
I've been wondering, how did this whole thing get started? A gang beatdown goes way beyond a quarrel between fellow soldiers.
お前らがアラスカから来た腰抜けども。
クリスか。
大丈夫よ、イーニ
おい姉ちゃん、無視してんじゃねえよ。それとも何か俺たちみたいな野蛮な連中と口聞いちゃいけねえってママに言われてんのか？あ？
ア。私はソビエト陸軍中央戦略開発軍団。
中央のエリートさんですか？で、それがどうして？
私たちは祖国のために戦う同胞なのに。
同胞？調子に乗ってんじゃねえぞ、当のメス犬が！
自分たちだけさっさと逃げやがったくせに何が同胞だクソが！散々搾取しやがってぶっ殺すぞ貴様！
いざとなったら捨て駒じゃねえか！
待ってくれ、お前たちだってソ連軍。
違う！お前はロシア軍だ。
何を？
ソ連なんて元からねえんだよ。てめえらロシアが押し付けたんだ。
Oh, I gotcha.
わからない。
とぼけてんじゃねえぞ。お前の部隊はロシア人しか入れねえ。
ロシア。
アラスカに逃げたのはほとんどロシア人だろ。前線で戦ってるのはグルジアやカザフで育ったそれ以外の人間だ。
So the Soviets who escaped to Alaska are basically all Russians.
確かに我が国にはロシアをはじめ多くの共和国があった。だがソビエト連邦はあくまでも一つの国家。そしてソビエト軍はそれを守るためにあるはずだ。
Sounds to me those brats are holding a serious grudge against the Russians. We're talking about the kind of hatred that takes decades to seep in deep. I know very little about Soviet history from the period before the government fled from Eurasia, but the one thing I know is that multi-ethnic conflicts are par for the course whenever different ethnic groups live together, even in the free world. Still, the old hatreds must run incredibly deep if they can't work together as a single force against man-eating aliens. Makes you wonder, what are these little shits fighting for?
わからない。対立などとそんな話は聞いたことがない。だから
Of course they didn't
敵意を
teach
向
you,
け
you
ら
know,
れる理由など
authentic
見当もつかない。
Soviet history. Like, oh yes, everyone loves the Soviet Union. There's no conflicts here. It's nothing but good times and happiness. You want to fight for that, don't you? Yes, you do. I got you.
我々後方の実験正体が快く思われていないことは知っている。だから同じ階級でも先に名乗ることで例を示したつもりだった。それはなぜなのか、どうしたらいいのかと考えているうちに目の前が真っ暗になり、全身
When Krishka fainted in Guadalupe, after struggling and failing to endure fear of the ocean, she was under a similar amount of stress. The pattern's clear. Her mental stability breaks down when she's faced with intense pressure. Krishka's built her identity around a life dedicated to fighting for the motherland. She took it for granted that every single Soviet soldier prized the collective above the individual. But her world was turned upside down in a matter of seconds, with the mental strain that implies.
情けないことに立ち直ることもできず、そうしている間にイーニアに危害が加えられそうに。
Good thing I made it in time. Nothing shameful about what happened to you. It's just, this isn't the kind of incident you can write up as misguided jealousy or a simple misunderstanding. I can't even wrap my head around what made these kids lash out so hard at their own comrades. Anyway, since that bunch belongs to the Lieutenant Colonel, you should lodge a formal protest through Lieutenant Sandek.
そんなこと。
Look, I don't know if you're gonna listen to me or not, but that must have been traumatizing. It's written all over your face. Right now, you're in no condition to tackle field testing. Just because those little shits risk their lives on the front line doesn't mean they should be allowed to get away with murder. They need to realize they're compromising their own futures. They're the ones who should know their place.
クリスカ。
分かった。サンダーク中尉にはどの道報告しなければならない。
Sounds like a plan. Want me to walk you guys back?
その必要はない。
ユウヤも危なかったって言っておくね。
Please don't. That's only gonna complicate things. Let's just pretend I wasn't here, okay?
分かった。ユウヤがそう言うなら黙ってる。
Be careful on your way back, you hear me? Maybe it's over now, but those rat fucks may be lying in wait.
それなら大丈夫。もうちゃんとわかるから。
Oh, I'm sure. You understand? Well, if you say so, just promise me you'll be careful.
行こう、クリスカ。
God damn. Life on the front lines is harsh and unforgiving, alright.
早期警戒衛星の観測情報に変化が認められた。これは48時間前の衛星写真だ。この H26 エベンスクハイブ南南西の F 軍とオホーツク沿岸部の K 軍に注目しろ。これが18時間前のものだ。そしてこれが6時間前。極東ソ連軍の分析では6時間以内に K 軍がオホーツク海へ侵入。24時間以降72時間以内に現在海底にいる大規模ベータ軍が押し出される形でティギリ地区沿岸部へ上陸すると予測している。これは通常の間引きでは抑えきることのできないベータ大規模侵攻の予兆だ。その数は最低でも師団以上、軍団規模を上回ったケースも記録されている。これらの侵攻は例外なく半島北部の陸路をたどる迂回ルートとオホーツク海から押し出される渡海ルートの2経路で行われており、今回もそれはほぼ間違いないとされている。我々はこのうち渡海ルートによってオホーツク沿岸部に迫るベータの上陸阻止を任務とするソ連軍部隊に随行し、
About damn time.
アルゴス試験小隊との共同作戦では極東ソ連軍の精鋭ジャール大隊が当たる。その指揮官を紹介しよう。
全員起立。
Yeah, I fucking knew it. It's her?
ジャール大隊を預かるピカーツやラトロワ中佐だ。楽にしていい。これが諸君の実験場となる戦域だ。北部区画にソ連のイーダル試験小隊、南部区画に統一中華軍のバオヘン試験小隊、中央区画はアルゴス試験小隊となる。
There is a peninsula that stretches about 20 kilometers further into the sea than the northern and southern testing grounds, huh?
重心陣を引きやすくて有利だけど、もしも戦線が瓦解したら南北からの攻撃で完全に退路は閉ざされてしまうわね。
ああ、確実に包囲殲滅される。
So what? Risks like that come with the territory when carrying out field tests. Anyway, I can't help wondering about this every time I look at satellite photos, but how come the beta don't target our satellites directly? Seems there's a new theory popping up every other week, but all our best and brightest have come up with is that since satellites have never attacked the beta, they don't consider them a threat. It doesn't take a genius to see the circular reasoning there. Thanks to this oversight by our alien friends, humanity has managed to survive this far, which is all the more reason to find out what makes those crab fucks tick. Can't leave things to chance when our strategies heavily rely on access to satellite information.
諸君は実に運がいい。幸いにもカムチャツカは今、周期的な大規模侵攻頻発期に入っている。
Sarcasm much. Too bad for her, but that's how we honestly feel. It's a given test pilots have to face the beta at some point. Been ready and willing since long before I was transferred to Alaska. In fact, I want it like never before. It's my best bet to experience that sensation again. Sure, having to lug the railgun around took the wind out of my sails. But my determination hasn't wavered at all. I will make that sensation of my own, even if it's the last thing I do. It's barely 6 days, but I've already forgotten what everyday life feels like. In a sense, the run-in with that pack of feral kids was a blessing in disguise. It made me realize everyone in this base looks down on us, from Lieutenant Colonel Latrova down to the lowliest of conscripts. Made the whole thing real. I'm dying to show them we're better. I'm aware of my limitations. Lieutenant Takamoto of the Scarlet Twins could show him who's boss without breaking a sweat. But me? Much to my chagrin, I'm gonna have to work for it. Everyone looking at me like I'm human garbage is a constant source of irritation. My failure to demonstrate the Type 94 second's full potential just fills me with anger. TSF is useless if frontline pilots don't recognize its effectiveness. The whole reason we're sparing no expense on the Type 94 second. The machine's potential is too great to be described in a word or two, and I just happen to be the guy hurting its reputation.
では次に作戦の概要に移る。第1段階は水上艦による爆雷攻撃だ。第2段階では上陸地点に対し海上艦艇、地上支援砲撃部隊、航空爆撃による面制圧を行う。この海岸線を第一防衛ラインとする。
Air support this early? Well, there's no laser class around, so why the hell not?
第3段階はそれをかいくぐった敵個体を機甲部隊と戦闘ヘリ部隊の直接打撃にて駆逐する。この時の機甲部隊初期配備位置を結んだ線をそして第4段階。万が一混戦になればいよいよ戦術機部隊の出番となる。この時の初期配備位置が第3防衛ラインだ。ここまではセオリー通りだが、振動探知など総合的に残敵が一定数を下回ったと判断された段階で大体規模のベータ軍を第2防衛ラインまで意図的に引き込む。諸君はそれを使って存分に実験するという。以上、子供にもできる簡単な任務だ。
Mission's so simple, even that bunch of kids will have little trouble keeping up with their orders. That's the message. Lieutenant Colonel is convinced we test pilots are nothing but a burden. This is her way of saying that feral pack will have to sacrifice themselves to pull our sorry asses out of the fire once, not if we fuck up. Well, I see your point. Can't bitch about the disrespect until I can bitch about the disrespect until I'm blue in the face, but these little shits have logged hundreds of hours more on the field than me.
では最後に、我々が貴様らに望むのは、第一次派遣部隊におけるデューマ小隊の鉄を踏まないよう注意することだけだ。
Yeah, the Lieutenant Colonel hates our guts, no two ways about it. Leaving the podium without waiting for us to salute, that's a way of saying we ain't worth shit. Whatever, I'll make her eat those words before long. She damn better believe we won't be following in Duma's footsteps.
戦況の変化に応じて項目実施順の変更、切り上げは柔軟に行う。ケースごとの変更パターンは刻々と変化するぞ。
Wait a second. Pretty sure those guys didn't have any combat experience. Duma flight lost at mid-battle, things spiraled out of control, and their escort unit got caught in the middle, suffering the consequences. You can bet that's not going to happen to us. I'm the only one without actual combat experience. The Lieutenant Colonel's got to know that much. So why is she going out of her way to act like a dick? Was she singling me out? One glance at my service record and figured I'm a waste of space. Is that what happened? Guess that know your place was her telling me I should keep my head down, follow orders, no questions asked. Or maybe it's all in my head. There's bound to be people in the Soviet Union or the Third Unified Front with no combat experience.
だから今私が失いたくないもの、それは知らぬ新潟と。
Shit, I need to cool my head. All those comments are getting under my skin. Everything's gonna be fine. I understand what Lieutenant Takamoto was trying to tell me. I plan to keep my promise to her. I'll complete the field test safely, and then me and the Type 94 second will rise to the next level. Okay. I'm about it, let's see.